So the main things you're going to need is hot glue, a box cutter, cardboard, a ruler, and a knife sharpener. So before you do anything, take the largest piece of cardboard box, take the largest cardboard box and open it up. This one. Put that aside. But we're going to take one of those boxes. We're going to put it right here, okay? In the shade, not in the sun, because no one has time for a sunburn. And we're going to cut it up. The easiest way to cut it to the shape that you want your desk to be is to wing it. So let's bring the box. Oh, you can't see it. Okay. That's the box. Make sure your box cutter is sharp. Alright, sketch the shape of the front, then cut everything out, including the drawers. And here's a diagram of what mine looked like. That's all it. On one of the frames, cut evenly spaced slits, then place it on top of another frame, trace the slit placement, then cut those out. To make the desk, stand, you're going to need to create some supports, and those are just going to be long strips of cardboard. Since there are different widths within the frame itself, you'll need different widths of strips. All my strips are 20 inches long, then from either end of the strip, cut slits 2 or 3 inches halfway through the width. For the frame, you should have 2 pieces with slits, 1 piece without slits, and 1 piece without the drawer cut out. Now assemble the pieces accordingly. And use hot glue to secure the cardboard. And yes, things may get weird. Now lay this piece on top and glue it down. There might be a little misalignment with the supports on the top piece, so I just glued in the missing piece of the puzzle. Originally, my desk was 4 drawers tall, which was way too tall, so I cut the bottom off. Now take that solid piece and glue it to the other side. Then cut a piece of cardboard that fits the top. Glue that down too. Take some tape and go around the edges to smooth it off. For the rest of the desk, measure the width and height of each section, cut a piece of cardboard with those dimensions, and glue it in place. For now, you're only going to do this to the sides and bottoms of the drawers. It's okay if the edges don't match up, just glue it anyway and cut it off later with a box cutter. Now sand away the edges so that they're kind of smooth. I cut 3 by 1 inch strips, and these are the supports for the supports of the desk. While we let the glue set, we'll move on to the outside. After I glue on the little supports, I glue on this large finishing piece that fits decently to this outer section of the desk. Then I went back and glued any missing pieces from the other supports. After doing that, flip the desk over and do the same to the bottom. Then add a cover. So here's how the desk looks so far. By now, you're probably exhausted, so grab a drink, because you earned it, champ. Anyway, make sure all the edges are flush and even, then paper mache the rough edges. I highly recommend using the glue and water paste, and you'll see why. I also went over the harsh edges of tape. So this is the side I used flour and water paste. It kind of dried uneven and the paper was sticking up everywhere and there was residue. And this side is when I used the glue and water paste and it came out really smooth and really nice. Then I paper mache tissue paper around the front side to smooth it out even more, then sanded it down. I plan on adding a sheet of wood to the top so that it would be flat and spill proof, but yeah, that's my desk. The main things you're going to need is hot glue, a box cutter, cardboard, a ruler, and a knife sharpener. So before you do anything, take the largest piece of cardboard box, take the largest cardboard box and open it up. This one, put that aside. But we're going to take one of those boxes. We're going to put it right here, okay, in the shade, not in the sun, because no one has time for a sunburn. And we're going to cut it up. The easiest way to cut it to the shape that you want your desk to be